Catch Texas in Color every Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Good morning, everybody. I'm Ronald Gordon with Texas in Color. A show we started on July 3rd is the brainchild of Tammy Lambert. Got to give her just due, because it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be on here right now, along with Sabrina Robinson, which was our first guest. And what we didn't realize at the time on how this was going to go. And basically it took off. I mean, it just took off, because people are in need of the facts and the truth. And when it comes down to voting, we need that. And it's so much misinformation out there. And all the guests I had on, I learned something new. I just learned something new of all the guests. And our today's guest is Dr. Veronica M. Brooks. She is a renowned author, speaker, wealth, you name it. She has done a lot for the community and for the Black women here. I must say that the things she do for Black women is outstanding. The stuff that she does and everything. And we do appreciate the things that you do, not only for Black women, but for the community, on how you are out there helping out. And that's a blessing. And with that being said, I'm gonna let you say a few words before I go ahead and dive into the questions.
Oh, wow. You're going to let me talk for a little bit. Thank you, Ron, for having me even here on this awesome show. I just been enjoying in Texas in Color, and I'm just grateful to be here. All the speakers, and I have learned so much just from each one as well. But as he mentioned, I am Dr. Veronica Brooks. I am an author and a speaker, and I speak on creating, wealth and generating those things, giving the insight to the things that we need to know, and growing your business, being motivated to even go even further in life without giving up. But that's just enough about me. I'm like ready for the questions, but I'm just glad to be here, and I'm grateful, and I'm just so excited because after I saw that debate. But anyway, I'm
Oh,
gonna let you ask me the questions that
oh
you
yeah,
asked me.
we're gonna dive into that. But the first thing I want to ask you, when Kamala Harris decided to run, things happened overnight that people was not expecting, and you was a part of the first Zoom call in supporting her and
Yes.
raising money. So with that being said, how did that affect you as of voting? And now we have a Black female um um out there to become president of the United States. And when y'all women got together, that was something that never happened. How did that feel for you to be a part of that?
Oh, I mean, that was wonderful because somebody sent me, they said, jump on this call, this it was a Zoom call, and I said, okay. And I hurried up and I got on that. I had never heard Win with Black Women, but I tell you what, I enjoyed every single person that was on that line. And then I was so encouraged on how every woman just came together, and they said, oh, somebody else is like donating this and donating that. It was like just so with so excitement. And the young lady, Joteka, oh my God, she's just a miracle worker. I tell you what, when all those people, they had to end up calling Zoom, they said, because it was just so many people, over 44,000 just then. But I think there was another 50,000 on other areas that came, like on fan base in other areas, like what do you call, I forgot the one that you call it, where they get on, it's another one that they call, it was different social medias that
Yeah.
that were on the call too. So it was actually more than 44,000
Yeah.
women. but I was just so grateful to be a part of that, because when that happened and when President Biden announced her, it was almost like a weight lifted off the shoulders. It was like I felt like peace in the whole atmosphere. And then as we connected as all those Black women, I saw the binding together, how everybody was just building up. It was, we're here to support whatever we need to do to get President Harrison, well, Madam President, I call her Madam President already, Madam President Kamala Harris in to the seat. So in that one instance, that lets me know how when we put our money together, we can build something so quick, so fast together and make it succeed beyond what we could even imagine or think. So I
Now,
was really grateful to be on that call.
and from what I understand, after the call, the black men had one, then the white women had one, then the white men
Yeah.
had one, Hispanic had one. It was something that was never done before. I don't know what brainchild this was, but nobody expected that. It seemed like with every election, something new come up. And with this, with the Zoom call, something new, that just blew everybody. Matter of fact, not everybody, but the country. It just blew
Yeah.
up. And
It was
that,
so beautiful.
yeah,
I can't even explain it, because the one that was over the Win with Black Women, Joteka, I love her name, Joteka, Edie. And she is the one that's over this Win with Black Women. And what she did, there was a white woman, she got on and she was on Roland Martin because they wanted to be a part. And so Janika was helping her so she can help with build the white women for Kamala Harris. And then that's what happened. It was Black men for Kamala Harris. Then it was white women for Kamala Harris. Then it was white dudes for Kamala Harris. And let me tell you, them white dudes, they were awesome, because they already had got their hats, their shirts, and everything. White dudes for Kamala Harris. Then it was Latino. It was Asian. It just went on. And then the next thing I saw, it was Republicans for Kamala Harris. It was
yeah,
it just went on and went on. And that's what I saw, the beauty and the power of how Win with Black Women had just had a mass overtake over actually the whole world, basically, because it was so beautiful. It was nothing but encouragement, nothing but love. It wasn't hate like, the other people, they show a lot of hate, but it was togetherness. And it wasn't, yes, its name Win with Black Women, but it was all togetherness, willing to help whoever wanted to build up somebody else. That
yeah.
was the beauty of it.
And it was great the way things went on. And I think registered voters, that went up too, because now everybody want to register to vote, which
Yeah.
leads into my next question right here. The voting part. Let's focus on Bear County. Um, Bear County traditionally has always been a low turnout with voting, especially when it comes down to local votings. And you've been here for a while. So what are you seeing here in Bear County that we need to speak up about to improve people to register to vote and most of all to go vote?
Well, actually, I talked to so many people, and I did talk to people that hadn't voted since Obama. And then I talked to the people that were scared to vote. I talked to people that were actually felons that were scared to vote. And so that's why I had to pull out a lot of the information, for felons that to vote. But it had said on, I forgot what article number it is, that once they completed their sentence, they can vote unless it was some type of restriction that they were not allowed to ever vote at all. So that's why I have posted on my social media that, felons, you can actually go out and vote and you don't have to be scared because it's right here in writing that, you're eligible to vote if you completed all your sentence or whatever you, were convicted of.
And,
So
and one of them is they threw that curveball at them. They must finish paying their restitution. And sometimes that restitution takes several years to pay for. So that's a curveball that's out there because all right, you completed everything else, but you got to pay off your restitution, so you can't vote till that's done. So that's been a little hiccup right there too.
they have to, everything has to be complete. In other words, everything what they were, like I said, what happened to them, they have to complete it all.
Yeah.
So, and majority have already completed, but they're still just, they're so afraid because of what, the Texas governor has done, because he doesn't want Democrats in position. And you can tell that. But all the, Greg Abbott, Ted Cruz, you guys really need to, they need to turn the page and get rid of all the doggone racism. America, we're, just tired of all that. And Kamala Harris, she said it plain as day. We are tired. We just want to come together. We want to build our business. We want to build our family. We want to be able to encourage our neighbor. We don't want to be afraid of our neighbor. We want to come together and just work together just to win and just live and have a good time living. We don't want all the other stuff. So when I saw, even with that voting stuff, what Greg Abbott did, he took over $1 million off of the registration. But I said, okay, well, maybe, it was something's going on. But then it was, oh God, I wish I had the email. I got to find you the email. The lady said, yeah, they took me off. But then she called, they said they had made a mistake. So they had corrected. So now it's making me think how many people had
Right.
been taken off the register that was a mistake.
Yeah. They
So
they, they do that every year.
but
Uh,
see, that's the thing. I don't understand. What is the real purpose? Are you that greedy? Are you that selfish? Because you're going to have to pay for all that wickedness that you do. That you're going to have to pay for it, because that has to stop. You got to remember, there are people that are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and all they want to do is find the love. They want to find the friendship, and they want it across all races. They just don't want to be tore down every time you're always saying something negative or doing something negative. What's the purpose behind it? Are you that greedy? Because I'm gonna tell you, greed, that you're gonna have to pay a price for that, and it comes hard. Those knocks come hard, because what you sow, you do reap it. That's just how it works. Karma, it comes.
you know,
So
there's
those
a
things
saying.
happen.
There's a saying that one of our friends always use. He always says is their greed, fear, and phobia, where they want to scare you. Like for instance, let's take up what Ken Paxton did.
Ah,
Went over that lady's house at 6 in the morning, her in her nightgown, refused to let her put on the robe while they went through her house and took all her electronics and stuff because one
that
person said that they think they're doing voter, I forget what they called it, harvesting. And to this day, no charges have been filed. See, what they were doing was a scare tactic. The
yes.
tactic was back in the days when they did that to Hispanics and to blacks, we were scared to go vote because of what happened. Now here it is 2024, they're doing it again. But what they didn't anticipate is pushback. Back in the days, there was no pushback. Now they're getting
Right.
pushback, and now they're asking Ken Paxton questions. He's afraid to get on TV and even comment on it. So he did what he had to do. He went out there and tried to scare people, and it's
Yes.
not going to work. What is your take on
Right.
that?
Yeah, because the tactics, You guys done they've done it so long. We're tired of the scare tactics. That's why we don't fear anymore. That's why everybody's carrying a weapon, because we don't fear anymore, because we want to do something different. And the thing is, the people that are trying to do those tactics, those people have to pay a consequences, because pay the consequences. They had no business going into that woman's house and doing on some voting stuff. There is so much other stuff going on in this world that needs to be fixed. You had no business going in either one of them. I saw both of them. I saw the elderly lady. That's so disrespectful. And see, that's a price you're going to have to pay for that. And then you did the other young lady, and her child is in the next room. That is so disrespectful. You do not do those things. And I'm telling you, this generation is not putting up with none of that. They don't want to do it. They're not afraid of your tactics. And that's the thing is we stand firm. We're going to fight until we win. And it doesn't matter how much we have to fight, and we'll fight unto death. We're just like a gladiator, a warrior. A warrior, we keep fighting, and we get tired sometimes, but we still fight. But a gladiator, we fight unto death. So the thing is, this generation is just tired of it, and we will fight until we win, and we do it without violence. But you guys are coming at another, I shouldn't say you guys, they're coming at us in a way that we have to protect ourselves. So my thing is, stop all that buffoonery and stop just trying to get just greed. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I got to bring up this because I'm just so proud of Madam President Kamala Harris. I know I'm already calling her that, but I'm so proud of her because she did something and she said something that was just so magnificent when she was she was so strong just standing there to Trump, because the thing is, she was saying, we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want to do anything. We don't want to do anything with violence. We want to just clean up everything that was messed up from his presidency and go forward. But when she said that we needed to just turn the page, why not just back off and just let the page turn and you just stand up with us? Because the thing was, when they had agreed on the immigration, I don't know what the exact title is, the immigration, where they came in agreement with it. And
Yes.
actually the Republicans, they're the ones that had mentioned all this and wanted all this, and they agreed with it. Biden and Harris agreed with it. But Trump wanted so much to have his name on it instead of their name. That lets me know you don't care for the people. Well, if you don't care for the people, well, get out of the country. Go back to where you came from. And that's the thing is, you don't trying to throw everybody else out. You go back to where you were at. And actually, they don't want you in Germany.
I was going to say that they don't want you.
I know, because that's what the lady told me. They said,
Yeah.
we don't want him here. Let him stay there. But the
Right.
thing is, that was an agreement, something to solve a problem. And
Exactly.
the Republicans did not want to come together because of what Trump went in there and said to whoever else.
So
We don't want that disagreement. We want agreement, and so we can do and pass a bill and go head on and get the stuff done.
yeah, see, you are on fire, girl.
I'm sorry.
I love
I
your
mean,
I love your passion. But I'm gonna go. Let's dig into the debate. Disrespectful, She went up to him to shake his hand. He wasn't planning on doing it. You see that. He refused to put eyes on her. He treated her very, very badly there. And one thing I got from this, he wanted her to get angry and mad so he could say, see how that black woman is? They always angry and mad. She did not let that phase her what he was saying. She turned around and used his words against him, and he was angry from,
She's
from,
so
from the
good.
point on. So the point she was making in debate was some good points. He rambled on like he always do. One thing stood out for me. I'm gonna say it again, Veronica. I was bowling that night. I was on the lane getting ready to bowl. I stopped, got off the lane, just put my head down. People said, "What's wrong?" Then nothing. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. The reason why I stopped is when he brought up the Haitians are eating dogs and cats.
Oh my
Now you
God.
talking about
Oh my
being
God.
racist. So now everybody gonna think who's ever Haitian or even dark skin color, they eat
And they're
dogs
being
and cats.
threatened already.
And then VD Vance, I said his name wrong again.
JD.
JD, when he said, well, it's just a minute population over there. It doesn't mean everybody. Now, it was said you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. You said it, and you got your followers believing this. So
Yeah,
so the debate itself, I thought was a pretty good debate because even
it
though somebody,
was. It was
even though they said
wonderful.
they did not know Madam President, I'm doing like you, they didn't know her, but they found out who she was that night.
That's why I said, let me introduce to you Madam President Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Bam. But yeah, that when she came out first, your first comment, she came out, that was a done deal right there. Because see, he went behind and he should have came in front of the podium actually to shake her hand. But she said, "Oh no, you're gonna look it right here and do this." I mean, she came out with boldness. She had to go
Yeah.
all the way across. This right here is letting everybody see who Trump is and who not to vote for. It just exposed him to me. She went there and shook his hand, and they have what was said, uh the script. There was the script. Oh man, I should have pulled that up. They had the script of what was exactly said, but I
Mm,
know he didn't even like that because she came in there, she was ready. She
yeah.
was ready. She was ready to go, because she cares about the people. And so, right then, she set the stage with authority and power. And the reason why I believe he couldn't look at her because it was too bright. You know what I'm saying? The light was too bright, the power was too heavy, and the authority was too heavy. He couldn't look up on that. He couldn't do it because she was so great and so powerful, and he knew it. And this is why she had told him, you're weak. That's
Mm,
why um those other, from the Chinese guy, I don't know his name, and then Putin, that's why, they can tell Buck blow his head up and he bows down to it because he is a very weak man, but he tries to go and lie. He lies so dang much. I mean,
oh,
my goodness. In the first, like, 2 minutes, he already had told like 10 lies. So it was just so much there, but he couldn't look at her because it was too powerful to look at. And he was already getting his behind whooped. I mean, she mopped the floor completely with him. She tore him up all the way. And then he gonna talk about, oh, that was the best debate that he had. No, you lost. And I see what he does. He know it was bad. When Fox News
he said it was bad.
says it. Fox News, and Fox News has been sued for, all the false information that they set out so many times. They they didn't been sued so many times. But the thing is, he knew that he lost. And when Fox News said, "Oh, yeah, she had a good day," um, you know, and then talking about another debate, I was like, golly.
He's not gonna do it. Oh, I got something. Yesterday on my show yesterday, Crystal Chisholm was
Mhm.
on, and we were talking about the middle class. And Sabrina was on too. And I got on my tangent yesterday. I was talking about they don't know what middle class is. Have they ever had an ironing board? Did they ever iron? Did they ever put together a budget? Did they go
I
grocery?
heard,
They don't have no clue what the middle class does. Now, maybe the class they brought up in, if they're talking about them, it's so minute numbers, they couldn't even vote to put a thimble in the office. But when you talk about the middle class, we are the ones that are carrying this country. We're building this country. We're paying the taxes. We're doing all that. So when they come up and say, this is what the people want, what people? You talking to the wrong people.
exactly, exactly. You
So,
know what? When the reason why they don't know with the ironing board for me, I just think they're crooks, con artists. When I look at Trump, all I see is, because he's a compulsive liar. He have 34 felon count 34 counts. He's a felon. He's a rapist. He's a pedophile. I can't, and you know how but the
yeah,
thing is, all those things, the people got to see who he was. And he's not about the people. Like I said, he's a crook, he's a con artist. Because the reason why they saying he's a good businessman, he's not a good businessman. He filed six bankruptcies 6 times. That's not a good man. That's not a good businessman. That's not even. And then he a pedophile. That doesn't even. He's less than a man to me. So my thing is, he cheated people on his Trump University, and you could go back and look at Mark Cuban with the interview with the that other guy. His name is so long. He said that he even ripped off some of his friends, and they had to go sue Trump on that because he's up here stealing from students. See, you see what I'm saying? He has
yeah,
this Trump, look at what he does. There's only one candidate for presidency, and that is Madam President Kamala Harris. And
right.
get the doggone name right. And you might as well start practicing the
Yeah.
name, because
Oh,
you're going to be saying it.
we got to get those two little girls on that convention, Democratic convention, to say how to pronounce her name right. I
Exactly.
This is how you pronounce her name.
I know, I know. Then another coming, Olivia Pope, man. Yeah, that was really good. But yeah, those things like that, I think Donald Trump was exposed
Yes.
for who he was. And nobody should have no question about who to vote for. Because if you're going to vote for somebody on that level, he's worse, he's less than a fifth grader. But the thing is, he has too much hate, and we don't even want that.
You could see it in his eyes. You could see the hate in his eyes. He said, if you notice right now, he has never admit to anything he did wrong. What he does, he doubled down, tripled down, and lies some more. He said, if you lie, if you keep on telling enough, people start believing
Right.
it. Well, maybe you were successful the first go around.
He ain't
Everybody
this
thought you
time.
was brand new. Everybody was sucking up and they loved all that. But now, for 8 years, we've been hearing the same old stuff. Like she said, it's time to turn the page. It's done. You're
Yes,
done.
it's
Put a
time to
fork in it.
turn the
You're done.
page. Yeah,
Yeah.
with his old selfish, no good. I could say a lot of things, and I know she wanted to say more than that, but she on the debate, but she did it with so much poise, and let him know who he really is. He's just a weak, no good, lying, thievery, person. I'll just say it like that because he's
Well,
not there.
before we go, I gotta say this right here. Um, he's talking about how family is important, how this important. He's doing everything for the American people. Nobody has the balls yet to say what I'm getting ready to say. Where's his wife? Where's his daughters? Where's her sons? No, where's his son? No of his family is there. And on the flip side, where's all the people that backed him the first time around that he pardoned from jail?
Exactly.
They're not there with him. He's got a whole new group of people with them, and you can't control a maniac. And
Right.
so he has no family there, no friends there. They just there with him just because they won't be in the limelight. As soon as that limelight dim, they're gonna scatter like roaches.
Yeah, right. Because they see how he is. They work with him. They saw that's why his assistant, when she in the presidency, what did she say? That's what she said. He said, if you tell people a lie long enough, they'll believe it. You just keep saying the same thing. So whoever taught him that was this dumb and then made him, even dumber. So the thing is, with the voting, get up out there. I know the people need to get up out there and vote. They need to do what they do best, see right in front of your face. Even Mark Cuban, he said that he used to be, for Trump went the first time. He said, but when he started hanging around him and he saw his character and he didn't even have no integrity. He doesn't give a crap really about his family. I said, okay, you know, and I when he said that, because Mark Cuban, he pretty cool. But he
Yeah.
said he said, He said, I couldn't he couldn't even do that. He couldn't even be around that. But that's the thing. He's too much of a con artist. And
Yes.
that's all he is. And all those other people, they're in a cult and they need to find their way out of the cult, just like some of them have. I saw some of the videos
Yeah.
where I felt really sorry for the one woman. I think she's like 86 or something like that. Yeah, I felt really bad for her because she said she believed him and she was just crying. That was really
Yep.
sad.
That this guy was still a kid's piggy bank. I'm sorry. He just money hungry, that's all. So, but
Yeah.
Miss Dr. Brooks, Mrs. Dr. Veronica Brooks. I love saying that. When she first told me she was a doctor, I went over there and said, I need 8 stitches. She said, I'm not that type of doctor.
I know I'm not. Uh-uh.
So, and we got you coming back, I think October. I gotta look at the calendar.
I gotta look
We
at the
got you coming
calendar
back
too.
again. Everybody think that you're on fire today. Some of the comments are strong middle class means a strong America. Somebody typed said, "Did you say VD Vance?" I said, "Yes." That's something I say to people that it slipped on air, but that's something I was saying. Just I said one time I could call them names too. What about this one? But I never said it on air and it slipped out today. So I think I'm gonna be held accountable for that. What I said right there, but that's just how it is. But Dr. Brooks, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. And you're gonna come back again because we're gonna see
Yeah, I
you
was
back.
looking for the date where I had for, I
Uh,
think it was October.
let me, you know what? I think I may have it right here because sometimes I do things that's just totally amazes me when I write things down. Actually, everybody who doesn't know me very well, I started keeping a calendar and I don't do calendars, but I did one and I'm keeping up with everything now. I feel so honored about that. And I'm looking for my calendar right here. I'm bragging about my calendar. And let me see here.
I didn't even see it on my.
Oh, my calendar didn't go that far in advance, but I know it's on a Thursday. I want to say either October 10th or 12th or 17th, I mean, is one of those days. So,
I do have meeting RON, so that's you.
oh,
That's on the 17th.
it,
Okay.
is that what it is on the 17th?
Yes.
Okay. All right, 'cause I just pulled my calendar up right here on my computer. That's what it is. But anyway, we appreciate your honesty. We appreciate your passion you had today and talking about it because we need more people out there to be like that. Because quit hiding behind something. Come on out and tell it like it is. We're all grown-ups. We could take it. It's just
Right.
sometimes the truth hurts and people don't want to hear the truth. And the truth is he's
Exactly.
a bad man.
He is. He can't manage being he can't be over. He can't even be a businessman. That should tell you right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
definitely.
I am just grateful just to have this time, just to even be here, just to speak to the people. But one thing I want to tell you what I did. I actually was calling around to see if it, already to make sure the elderly, are all set and to go and vote and, just checking to see if anybody need anything. And then some of them, they already have rides and things like that. So I was checking to make sure so I can make sure they have a ride to get to the voting place.
If you run across any that need to register to vote, let me know because I became a deputy registrar where I'm going out to events
Congratulations, Ron. Thank you.
and
Thank you
setting
for
up
that.
so people can register to vote and everything because they got until October 5th. So and then let's not forget people, early voting is October 21st to November 3rd.
Oh, good. Yeah, see, good, because that's what I was going to bring up about
Yeah.
that. Because I told about the early voting and to make sure they get all the messages and things like that. Because see, I have to do my part too. Because you can't just sit back and just let stuff happen. And the thing is, we got to just stay on top of everything until that election day come, because we know that orange man is he's a con artist, he's a manipulator, he's a cheater, he's a compulsive liar, he's all those things. And why would you want to be amongst somebody that's dead and deceiving like that? I don't go looking for the living among the dead. I go look for life, and I look for life more abundantly among the living. So,
Yeah.
you know
Nope.
what I'm saying? People that are alive, people that encourage, people that build, people that help you to succeed and go forward, in life, be excited about, getting up the next day.
Yeah.
Man, him,
Mhm.
he's a deadbeat con artist. Oh, I
All
know.
right, Dr. Brooks, we appreciate it. You are on fire today. I'm gonna call you once the show is over with. So you keep on doing what you're doing and keep on writing those books. And we love you. And
Love you too.
come on the show again and we'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for watching Texas in Color. Please tune in every Wednesday at 11 a.m. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button so you'll be notified each and every time we go on live.